Fox Carolina Investigates is also looking into why the Greenville Police Department seized thousands of dollars after a robbery and is still holding on to the cash years after the crime.
The victim says she was robbed of more than $20,000 in another state. So here's the question. How did it end up with Greenville Police, and why is she still fighting to get it back? To explain, here's Scotty Hunter.
If you're a victim of a crime, you expect the police to help. But Tamia Sims-Irby says they haven't helped her.
It's definitely a nightmare.
Back in 2022, she graduated from high school, moved to Atlanta, and was making a life for herself. That's when 4 men robbed her.
I still have scars from being pistol whipped. It was chaos. It was just too much going on. I was stabbed. I was robbed for a significant amount of money.
They stole thousands of dollars from her and raced back to Greenville. That's when police picked them up and seized the cash. Sims-Irby said the men pleaded guilty in the case back in 2023, and she thought she would get her money back. But 3 years later, it's still in lockup at the Greenville Police Department.
I've been dealing with this for 3 years. I'm 21 today. This happened when I was 18 years old.
She can't understand why her money would still be tied up at the police department, so she hired an attorney and filed this lawsuit to get it back. The only problem, even if she does get it back, Sims-Irby says she won't get all of her money because of legal fees.
Do you feel like you're being victimized again by the police department?
Yes, because it's like, what is y'all issue? Because why won't y'all just give the money back to me?
Sims-Irby tells me she's tried to call the police department over and over again, but has gotten nowhere.
All they're doing is sending me out with a little card, phone numbers on the back. I'm calling. It's hard to reach out. I have to wait days later to get a phone call.
Finally, she says, because they did not want to give the money to the wrong person, she was told to take it to court and get an order from a judge.
Their final solution was file a civil suit. And then when I filed a civil suit, then what?
Fox Carolina Investigates reached out to the Greenville Police Department asking why it's taken so long for the money to be returned, whether the agency believes a court order is needed, and whether it should be on the victim to make that happen. A spokesperson told us the agency would not comment because of the active lawsuit.
It's a unique case.
So we spoke with our legal analyst, Grant Varner, who calls the case complex. He says there are a lot of moving parts at play, but ultimately it comes down to whether Sims-Irby can prove the money is actually hers.
Well, the city of Greenville has an issue. Who do they return this cash to? How do they get it back in the hands of the rightful owner? And that's difficult to determine, and certainly the city doesn't want to be liable if they give the money back to Ms. Sims-Irby only for a couple of weeks later someone else to come along and say, hey, whoa, that was my money and I can prove it.
He says if the police department believes Sims-Irby got the money through illegal activity, the agency could have filed an intent to seize the cash, but it's unclear if that happened.
I don't see anything that indicates that's in play here or anyone's trying to seize the money.
Speaking of that money, Sims-Irby says whatever she gets will come up short.
With legal fees and trying to get the court involved, now she's going to be losing out on some of the money that originally she says was stolen from her.
I sympathize with her in that aspect. I do not think it's fair that she is going to be penalized trying to recover her funds, right? And it opens a lot of other, the door to a lot of other questions.
Sims-Irby also wants to know why the money is even being held at the Greenville Police Department in the first place. The robbery happened in Atlanta. The men were arrested in Greenville, but then sent back to Atlanta to face the charges.
Her question is, why did Greenville hold on to the money if their case is actually played out in Georgia?
That's a good question. It's hard to say why the money wouldn't have been transferred back to property and evidence in Georgia. It's possible Georgia said, we don't need it as evidence in the case. We've got what we need. And it could be the old colloquial hot potato. Nobody wants to deal with it. There's too many questions. It's somebody else's problem.
Either way, it is a problem for Sims-Irby. And while these questions likely play out in court, she tells me she's not backing down.
I'm not going to stop till I get my money because I don't feel like I should be funding a police department.
Now, that was Scotty Hunter reporting. Now, while the Greenville Police Department would not answer our questions about this case, they do have 30 days to respond to the lawsuit after being served. We do know they were served on May 13th.